Hello and welcome to this video where I will be showing you top 5 counters of Monarchs. So as we all know, Monarchs are the new meta deck that basically is so much broken and so much strong that they can beat you without even an extra deck. So in order of that, I'm going to show you the top 5 cards that counter this Monarch deck. Alright, so let's start with the first card, that is Rivalry of Warlords. Rivalry of Warlords means that each player can control one type of monster, send all their face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. So basically Monarchs have different type of monsters such as zombies, fairies and other types, and basically having two copies of Rivalry of Warlords in your deck can make a huge counter onto them, because Monarchs cannot have more, like they must have only fairies or one type of monsters, and due to the monarchs have only different types, so that's a pretty good counter. And make sure you have only two copies of Rivalry of Warlords, because having three isn't that good in your deck, because if you have one down and like you draw, the next two cards you draw are the other two copies, you have basically two dead cards, as I say. Alright, moving on to number 4 is Gravity Bind. Gravity Bind is a really old card that no one has ever thought to use of. Gravity Bind's effect is level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack. So having one of these cards face up on the field can help you really much. Uh, can help you really much against Monarchs. For example, if you're playing with a deck that needs Xyz monsters, for example, you are pretty well, because Xyz monsters are ranks and normal monsters such as Monarchs are levels. So this card is not only a huge counter of Monarchs, but is also a huge counter of other meta decks. So moving on to number 3 is Battle of the Elements. Battle of the Elements' effect is you can activate it only while all monsters on the field are face up. Both players send monsters they control to the graveyard, so they can each control only one attribute. So this card is really in use for you. For example, when you don't have any monster on the field, like you have only one monster on the field, for example, and your opponent has like 4 monarchs or 3 monarchs on the field, activate this card. He must have at least one attribute on the field. So let's say he has 2 Aethers and 2 Mega Monarchs, and basically he has to choose between the Aether and the Zombie Monarchs, I believe. So yeah, if you're playing with an attribute deck, like a volcanic deck, that all the cards there are fire, you can totally use this deck. In my opinion, this card helps a lot because I'm playing with a Utopia deck, and as you know, all Utopia slash Utopic monsters are light attribute, so I can definitely use this card for this occasion. Moving on to number 2 is a basic card called Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain's effect is you can activate only by targeting one effect monster on the field, negate that face up monster's effects. Also, that monster cannot attack. When it's destroyed, destroy this card. So basically, when the opponent starts, like you start first, you place face down Fiendish Chain, and basically the monarchs start with the little ones from Idea and Eidos, I believe. So if you manage to stop Idea and Eidos from the very start, you have a good percentage of winning the match, because having 3 copies of Fiendish Chain not only can stop Idea and Eidos, but also can stop the Mega Monarchs, like the Dark One and Aether. The only name I know is Aether. Alright, so moving on to the last card, number 1, is the one and only Mask of Restrict. And basically this card, you must know what it does. Neither player can tribute cards. So basically, Monarchs need to tribute summon. So yeah, this is the basic combo. Mask of Restrict doesn't allow them to bring the big ones, and when they have the field spell down, like you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. This field is locked, so like when they have their field spell down, you cannot special summon from your extra deck. But when you have also Mask of Restrict, the game is kind of even because neither player can bring the big guys. So yeah, this was basically the top 5 counters of Monarchs. So leave a like below because it helps me make more videos like this one. Comment down below if you want to make, if we want me to make more videos like this one, and what type of video do you want me to make, and subscribe, and bye.